Hello and welcome to Griffin, Indiana. You might notice we have a slightly different machine. So I kind of forgot about this mod. It's basically a mod that allows you to use all sort of root crop, as in sugar beet or potato harvesters, to do any type of root crop. So I decided to change the one we had. The reason for that, this one is slightly cheaper, so it allowed me to get some storage, which I've got, and I'll show you that in a second. But it also holds twice the amount, so we don't have to empty it so much, so it's been saving me quite a bit of time on the area that I've done. Now we still have a huge area to go, but yeah, I totally forgot about this mod, and it was £120,000 cheaper. So we did trade it in. We did lose some value on our old one, but it was still enough to buy the root crop storage and greenhouse. You can now see that we've only got 8,500, where I think we left the last episode with about 79,000. So I'm going to let a worker carry on with this, and I'll show you what else I've been splashing the cash on. This is our root crop storage. Cost us 100,000. It was basically like a silo that can hold your root crop. You can hold 800,000 litres, so it should give us enough to hold everything that we take off the field, as well as the stuff that we put into our potato processing plant. So this is where you can pick it up, take it down or empty it, and this is the loading in. Yeah, we just tidied the area up a bit where our silos used to be. We're fermenting our grass and plopped it right there. Now the next thing we got is down at our potato production site. This is our potato processing plant that we got last episode, water tower, and a new greenhouse, which is part of the same pack. Now we are making peppers and onions, which if we go into the production chain or management bit, so we're making premium potatoes, which are slowly coming through, and then they can get forwarded on to do French fries and other bits and pieces as well. Chips, which we can use this for. Because I'm not doing any dairy products or animal products yet, don't know if we will. We're not able to do the full spectrum on here, but we can do quite a few things. So paprika chips we can do once we get our fats from our oils, which won't be far off. Can't do any of these. And we can do fried potatoes. So I'm trying to get this one to get onions done, because this uses this massive amount of potatoes that we have. Because it takes quite a while to get all the premium potatoes done, which would need for the likes of the French fries and the paprika chips. At least this would give us something else to sell until we get French fries. That is why we spent our last pennies on the greenhouse. We've not made anything yet. We literally just got this all set up and switched the harvester. Then started recording, so we've not made anything as of yet. We do still need to make a sell point for the stuff that's produced from here, but that'll come when we maybe sell some potatoes or things. We still just need to kind of get stocked up to see what we're going to sell. Anyway, I'll get back into the harvester and we'll start getting this potato field harvested. Okay, I won't jump straight back in the harvester because we have to empty a full load. And then we'll get back in the harvester, which is almost full again, so this will be more than half full once we get that next load tipped. We're getting a lot of potatoes off, which is a good thing. Actually, will this all fit? We'll see if this fits. I'm thinking this thing will take 3 loads, 250, but we'll see. If it doesn't, we'll just have to come back up. We now have our on-site storage, so that's going to be a massive help. We grossly overestimated how much the potato plant can take. It can only take 200, not the 250 I thought. We need to get this dropped off at our new storage. Then we need to get the harvester emptied so we can crack on, because we do have quite a bit of field to go. So the harvester runs at the same speed as the other one. It's the same width as the other one, it's literally just the capacity that's bigger. It does make a pretty good help, to be honest, with our longer kind of runs that we're doing. 2 loads of this doesn't quite fit into our trailer. Now that we're just delivering it close by, that should be much simpler as well. Now, it kind of worked with just breaking up that section last time, loosely going around. So we've been around this field like maybe once, some bits twice, around the edge. I think I'm just going to do up and down till we get to the water, and then we might just come up to this end and run from truck to the wood and just kind of break it up slowly and see how we get on. We're not in any massive rush to get this done because we've got plenty of time before any of our other crops are ready. And yeah, we'll just sit back and do the wonderment that is potato harvesting. I'm not actually hating it yet. I thought I would hate it because it is quite slow, it's quite hands-on. I'm not actually hating it. Especially with the fact that you got the added production thing, I think it makes it more interesting as well. Just doing potatoes for potatoes' sake, I might be being a little bit more, this is a bit long. But no, it's not actually too bad at the moment. I may come to regret that, but we'll see. So it's got another field load. So there's like 4 field loads we've now got from this field. I've set a worker off to do the area at the top there, because we're right up to the water's edge now. Get this tip and then I'll jump back in. But yeah, we're looking at hopefully maybe 8 loads from this field. But yeah, as usual, I'm probably going to be well off with that. But we'll see. It's going pretty well. As I said, I'm not hating doing potatoes, which I used to always hate doing potatoes. I think everyone hates doing potatoes normally. I'm noticing my truck is struggling with this trailer fully laden. Might have to look at getting more power into it. But yeah, the steering goes a bit light at times. good bit of the field done now. This breaking up into sections is working well for us. We'll probably get maybe get another load before we hit the water on this side. And then we'll probably start going up and down on this section. I'm just trying to divvy it up into sort of square rectangular sized blocks. And it has worked pretty well so far. I'm not sure how much we've actually got of potatoes stored, but we'll find out when we drop this off. We have 295,000. I'm going to check if that's just in this silo or not, because sometimes it does account for what's in your production. Now, if we were to sell it all now, we'd get 77,000, but if we wait till a good price, we'd get 111. Now, we do need to sell some potatoes to fund some things, which is going to be a shop for these. As you see, there's no sell point for our premium potatoes and things like that, which we are planning on getting built once we get some money. It's not overly expensive, but we do need to buy a bit of ground for it as well, and then do some landscaping just to make it fit in. Yeah, we'll check what's in this silo for real, and then we'll get back to the fields. So there is 295,000 litres of potatoes in just that silo. That means we've almost got 500,000 litres of potatoes off this field so far. And we've still got quite a bit to go. I'll plod on with the rest of this, and then I'll probably just check it maize once we're just doing the tidying up bits. We'll see you then. So we're almost finished our potato harvest. We have come into a new month because it got late and we had to sleep. And then it rained actually, so we had to have another rest. But we are almost finished. We're just having to finish off this annoying bit around the water. So we got, I think we've got about 710,000 in our storage on the farm, and 200,000 was in our potato processing plant. So we're almost hitting 1 million potatoes off of this field, which is a lot of potatoes to harvest. But we got there. But we're almost there. The finish line is almost in sight. So the next crop we want to harvest are sunflowers, which isn't until next month they are ready. Now we do have to do field prep on this. I don't see the point in doing the field prep on this until we start harvesting, so we can just double up on things and get 2 things done at once. And we can get our productions to start producing more. So we've only been producing premium potatoes because that only takes water and the potatoes to make the premium potatoes, which can then go on to other things. And we're almost full with that. And we've also been producing onions so that we can do, I think it's fried potatoes. But we do need oil for that. And that is why I want to get into the harvest for sunflowers so that we can start getting our sunflower oil processed. As you can see, we used a lot of workers on this. We used quite a bit of money. So yeah, I set a worker off and I was running the truck for a bit. And the worker actually did pretty well. There was no actual issues. We went round once on a lot of this field. The harvester just stops early and just keeps going. Like, it stops early and cuts in, so you do have like these little bits to tidy up. It's probably actually more efficient to do it that way than for you to just open it up. Doing the blocks, sort of the squares and rectangles, breaking up this big weird size field is it has to be done like that, I think. Maybe there's a way to do it differently, but for me it worked really well. I can't remember what we're actually putting in this field next. I know we're doing potatoes in the field across the way next. I can't remember what we're putting in here. We did plan it all out on an episode, but I can't remember now. I can easily put it back into the planner and see what we're going to do. So that is us all done. We have completed our first potato harvest. And we have got, I don't know how much we actually got. Well, we've got 8. Let's have a quick check to see how much we've actually produced on this field. So we have 910,000 between our potato processing and on-site storage. And now we have another 70, so we are at 980,000 litres of potatoes. That is mental. Mental numbers. Yeah, that's going to help to make us quite a bit of money, hopefully. If we just sell the potatoes as is, from that 900 would have made 300,000. As we are processing them though, we should be able to get a lot more than that. Said before, we will have to sell some because we can't keep them all. So our potato processing plant goes through, with the ones that I've looked at, doing it's about 400,000 in a year. We put 200,000 in, so I need to keep 200,000. Now we're going to plant other potatoes. I'm thinking if we keep another 100, we keep 300 of what we've got, then we need like, we've got 500,000 to sell loosely. Yeah, we'll see what we get in January for it. If we need money before that, we will just sell it at a lesser price just to buy our shop that we need to buy. The land for it is only about 10,000 and the shop itself is actually only $1. With the landscaping, let's say 15,000 total we're going to need for that, and we only have 5, so we will need to sell something to make the difference up. Okay, so we rested up till October, so our sunflowers are now ready to go. I've checked on our production. We've pulled some of the premium potatoes out so that we can have a bit extra in case we ever run out. They are ticking along nice and well down at the production site. We just need to get our sunflowers done so that we can start our oil production, which will then go into that as well so that we can make french fries and then we can get those sold. Yeah, this is just one of the other starts of the process. We'll get this field all harvested and then we can get onto our sunflower production. We have the first load from our sunflowers, 13,500 just from the combine. So I'm just going to quickly run this down to our oil refinery so that we can start getting it processed. Now I know we're going to have to keep coming back now, but I just wanted to get this process started to kind of speed up the starting of it. We do go through quite a bit. I think it's like 34,000 something like that litres of sunflowers in a month, so it's not a slow process, but I just want to get it started now so that we can speed it up, and we'll get a worker who's just going to finish off that field and we can get the oil up and going. That's the sunflowers tipping in, so we're going to activate that and then we're going to set this up to distributing for now. We might change that because I don't want to put all of it into our potato processing plant, because we basically want to make some vegetable fat. But yeah, we'll set it up as distributing for now. We might change that once we've done a month or something, and then let the rest of it just be stored so that we can sell it. But we'll get back to the field now to help out the harvester, and we'll get this field done. That's us down to the last 2 strips of the sunflower field. We're going to get about 55,000 litres. We've started the distribution of the oil to the potato processing. There's already 1,000 litres in there, so we are already making our vegetable fat, which is great. So that's going to be it for this episode. So we've managed to do the whole potato harvest, which took quite a lot of time. Our sunflower harvest done, and we've started further processing our potatoes, which is going to be great for money coming in. So next episode, we'll get all these fields prepped, ready for seeds in the new year. We'll also hopefully get some money from our productions. For now, well, thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again next week. Goodbye.